Hello, my name is Robyn Sampson. I teach grade 2 English. This is a summary of week 6. Now, during this week, we had a revision of the Readers and Writers Notebook. We revised pages from page 1 all the way to 8. We also looked at page 13 and 14 and worked in class together. We studied the Reading Street book from page 50 to 53, as well as we did pages 57. We also reviewed and learned about alphabetizing. We put words in alphabetical order. So we learned, for example, bird, ant, dog, cat, goat. We learned how to put it in the alphabetical order, which was ant, bird, cat, and goat. We also reviewed characters and settings. Now, characters are the people in a story, and the setting is the place where the story takes place. The setting, for example, in this picture is outside, and the characters are the boy, the dog, and the cat. During week 6, we also did a reading assessment where students had to read sentences and identify vocabulary words that we have learned in the previous lessons. Students also learned how to proofread. Now, students learned how to proofread and look for any grammar errors, such as capital letters at the beginning of a sentence, periods or full stops at the end of the sentence. And students also learned how to make sure all words are spelled correctly. Students also had to do a poster this week. They had to list the places to have fun in their community. So students had to list 3 communities: urban, suburban, and rural. And they had to also indicate which suburb or which urban area or rural area they lived in. For example, in an urban area, places to have fun are the basketball courts, cinemas, public pools. Suburban area, pools, playground, and the park. And rural areas, the farm, the rivers, the fields. Now, students were also introduced to the KWL chart, and this chart explains what we know, what we want to know, and what we want to learn. Vocabulary learned in week 6 was ascend, descend, and orbit. Now, students were also introduced to the long I sound, also known as the magic E. Now, as we know, the short vowels are A, E, I, O, and A, all right? And as soon as there is a magic E, those words then change into A, E, I, O, U. For example, let's look at, we have age. Because of the magic E, the A in age turns to A. So it goes to age. Let's look at fuse, all right? We have F-U-S-E. Now, if there was no E, it would go to fuss. But because of that magic E, it changes to fuse. The U becomes a U instead of an A sound. Now, we also did a spelling test. In the spelling test, we had words such as page, nose, space, size, fine, vote, mice, late, huge, blaze, race, and rice. All right. As well as we also did some homework. Our homework included page 56, which was for homework. Students had to read the high-frequency words and send an audio on the Elite platform. They also had to complete the poster, as well as complete pages 13 and 14 of the Readers and Writers Notebook. Now, that is the summary of week 6, grade 2.